Hey everyone, it's Ashley and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a review of the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. I forgot to film a formal intro to this video, so I'm just going to add on to it here and show you a couple pictures that I took of this palette. If you would like to see swatches, 4 tutorials, and see my final thoughts on this palette, just keep watching. Now for some swatches. I did already swatch these ones once, but it didn't record, so I'm going to swatch them again on top just because I don't want to restart, but anyways, you get the point. This pink shade and some of those lighter shades needed a second coat anyways. As you can see, they build up nicely. Now for the last two shades in that row. There is the first row. Now on to the second row. And the last two shades in that row. And there we have it, the second row. There it is with the flashlight. Hopefully you can see the shimmers a little better. And yeah, let's move on to the next rows. I re-swatched that other shade so you can see it a little bit better. That is more of its true color. Now we are starting with the third row. Super pretty. And the last two shades in that row. This pink is so vibrant. And I'll shine the flashlight on those again so you can see the shimmers a little bit better. So that's the third row. And onto the last row. This yellow shimmer is also calling to me. It's so pretty. Purple. And for the last two shades. Alright, so that is the fourth row. I'll shine a light on here again just so you can see the shimmers. For each eye look I do, I will have primed my eyelids with the Morphe eyeshadow primer. To start this one off, I'm going to use the shade Cone as a transition shade. This is my first time using this palette on my eyes, and I will probably be doing a pastel matte look. I'm going to place the shade Cute on the front part of my lid. I'll do another layer of that. That is 3 layers of Cute. I think this shade could probably benefit from a white base or something like that. Anyways, I'm going to move on to the next shade, which I'm going to use, which is Brain Freeze. And this is just going to go in the middle. This one is way more pigmented. Next, I'm going to take the shade Gumdrop and put that into the outer corner. I am noticing there is quite a bit of fallout with some of these mattes, but that's okay. That doesn't really bother me that much. I do my eyes first for that purpose. I'm just going to see if I can blend a little bit of that into the crease as well. Grabbed a different brush. I'm just going to use this smaller one to put Gumdrop into the crease a little bit. I'm going to take just a bit more of Cone and just kind of try to blend the edges a bit. That probably wasn't the best idea. Probably go back in with the purple. I am going to take my finger to reapply Cute and Brain Freeze. I think the finger works a little better for packing these on the lid. I am putting the shade Virgin on the inner corner. I cleaned up under the eyes using a makeup wipe as well. For the lower lash line, I am going to use the shade as I did on the top, so Gumdrop is going to go on the outside, then Brain Freeze, then Cute. And the last step, of course, is to apply mascara. I'll apply some mascara on my lower lashes, then be right back. Here is the finished look number 1. This next look is going to be a yellow look. I'm going to start by taking the shade Wow and putting that into the crease. That is really, really pigmented. Next, I'm just going to put the shade Tasty on the outer corner and lower crease. This reminds me of like a sunflower look, I'm not sure exactly, but it kind of does. And of course, just going to blend the two together. Next, I am taking the shade Lemon Drop and putting that all over the lid with my finger. This shade is just so pretty. I am going to take just a little bit more of Wow and just blend that up in the crease a bit more. Then I'll probably go back in with Tasty as well. For the inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Jawbreaker. And for the lower lash line, I am using the shade Tasty. And the last step, of course, is to apply mascara. Probably will skip through some of this since you see me apply mascara all the time. So here is the finished look. I think this is definitely more wearable than some other looks that I could do with this palette, and I like it. Okay, so for the next look, I'm going to do a pinky orange look. So I'm going to start with the shade to the right of Cute, which is the F word. I'm not going to say the actual word. Anyways, I'm going to use that in my crease. Next, I'm going to take the shade Cherry Wet and put that in the outer corner and crease. Next, I'm going to take a bit more of the F word and put that up to blend. To deepen this up more, I'm going to take some of the shade Raspberry and put that in the very outer corner and a little bit into the crease. Next, I'm taking the shade Snack on my finger and I'm going to put that all over the lid. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Raspberry. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to take this shade right here from the ColourPop You Had Me at Hello palette, because I don't really feel like there's a highlight shade that I would like to use from Jawbreaker, but I'm going to use that for the inner corner. And the last step, of course, is to apply mascara. Here is look number 3, all complete. This next look is just going to be a super neutral look. I wanted to do a look that would be like perfect for like everyday wear, because while you probably wouldn't wear most of these colors like every day, I just wanted to do a look that would work for every day. So I'm starting by taking the shade Cone, and I'm going to put that in my crease. If you see a little bit of pink, it's just a little bit of staining from the look I did the other day, or yesterday, but it's not that bad. And I'm going to put on eyeshadow anyways. So. Next, I'm going to take the shade Tasty and put that in the very outer corner and lower part of the crease. Next, I'm taking a bit more of Cone and just kind of blending out the top. Next, I'm going to take the shade Cone and put that on the middle of the lid with my finger. And then I'm taking the shade Virgin for the inner portion of my lid. I decided I'm going to put Good Morning on the lid because it's a bit more, less white. I'll add another layer of that and then be back. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take the shade Tasty. For the inner corner, I'm going to take the shade Jawbreaker. And of course, the last step is to apply mascara. Here is the finished look number 4. Here are just a few other looks I did with the palette. This first one is what I wore for the 4th of July. I used these shades Soaked, Licorice, and Virgin. For this look, I used pretty much all of the pink shades. I used Bubblegum, Cherry Wet, Raspberry, Snack, and Cotton Candy. For the next look, I used Gumdrop with a little bit of Soaked. I used Brain Freeze on the middle, Bubblegum in the crease, and Snack in the inner corner. For this look, I used these shades Cone, Suck, Tasty, Orange Juice, and Jawbreaker for the inner corner. For this look, I used Cone, Tasty, and Bite Me in the lower lash line. I used a Super Shock shadow called I Heart This on the lid, and a different highlighter. For this look, I used the shades Bubblegum, Bite Me, Cotton Candy, Snack, and a little bit of Delicious. Okay, so I just want to finish off this video with a few of my final thoughts on the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. Overall, I really do enjoy this palette. I would say some of the mattes can get a tiny bit patchy throughout the day, but I kind of think that might be because of the eye primer that I was using. But I've used pretty much all of these shades, and I love the palette. It's got a lot of fun colors. I'll swatch a few of my favorite shades. Here are just a few of my favorite shades swatched again. We have Gumdrop, Bubblegum, The F Word, Bite Me, Orange Juice, and Lemon Drop. I really do love this palette though. I would recommend it if you want to try something with some fun colors in it. I would say that if you're looking for something that has pastels, this would be a good one. because the pastels have great quality. Like this shade right here is also very pretty. It's just a pretty well put together palette. If I were to change anything, I might have put in maybe a couple less reds and pinks. Like, I don't know if I'll really use the shade And What. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but that shade isn't for me, but I do use most of these shades, and I came up with quite a few looks. This look I have on today is one of my favorites that I've created with it. I think it's very pretty, and overall I would recommend this palette if you like the colors. So that's going to be it for my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!